The Gulta prison complex, a series of dull gray domes connected by narrow corridors, spreads out like a spiderweb across the pale surface of the moon, lit by a distant star. The entire structure encircles a large series of docking bays with hatches that iris open and shut. Auxiliary landing pads, suitable only for the smallest of shuttles, are connected to each wing of the prison. You enter this stark, empty corridor from the door to the south. An airlock door stands opposite that entrance, and there's another door at the western end of the hallway. An Aeon guard stands at the airlock and seems to notice your entrance. An image of a black star with a red core decorates the smooth surface of this landing pad. An airlock door leads into the prison complex to the south, though several large domes can be seen to the west and northwest. The airless surface of the moon stretches out in all other directions. A few rows of uncomfortable-looking chairs line some of the cold metal walls of this oddly shaped room. A large steel desk blocks the door in the northwest section. A simple door exits to the south, and a more imposing door leads east. This white room has harsh fluorescent lighting and is bisected by a transparent wall. The western half contains a pair of plastic chairs, while the eastern half holds a low metal bench. Dozens of holographic screens hang in the air here, surrounding a swivel chair and desk. The room is darkened, allowing the holographic images to be seen as clearly as possible. Doors exit the room to the north and west. This bleak room contains an intimidating desk with a single bright light shining down on it. One side of the room has a pair of showers that lack any privacy, a nearby bin for clothing that holds a single towel, and a row of hooks holding several sets of prison coveralls. A massive workbench arcs across the eastern part of this room, piled high with engineering tools, scraps of metal, and robot parts. The sharp smell of ozone hangs in the air, coming from a large-scale electrical arc welder in the southern portion of the room. A door leads out to the west. This area seems to be a junction for the rest of the cell block, with 4 other hallways with doors placed evenly throughout the room, similar to the one you entered through. With its bright lighting, sterile-looking instruments, and white walls, this area is clearly a place of medicine. A metal gurney is in front of some of the cabinets that line the southern half of the room. A large airlock door stands in the northern wall, adjacent to a smaller exit to the northeast. A U-shaped table sits in the center of the room, surrounded by a handful of low stools. A number of electric stoves and food storage units stand behind a curved cafeteria-style counter in the eastern half of the room. A set of metal stairs leads up to a catwalk circling the room, from which computer consoles and other high-tech equipment can be accessed. An airlock door leads to the north, near a smaller exit to the northwest. 6 transparent cylinders line the northern and southwestern arcs of this dome, their exteriors humming with some mystical force. A raised windowed room to the east looks out over the rest of the chamber, and a lone door exits to the southeast. The main focus of this dome is a large mechanism on the eastern wall that can only be a high-tech torture device. 10 transparent cylinders, their exteriors crackling with energy, flank the device. A windowed room to the west juts out over the chamber, and a single door exits to the southwest. The red-skinned android stares blankly, her eyes wildly contracting and dilating as she tries to focus on her surroundings. "You fools," she whispers blankly, her voice slurring into tiny echoes as she speaks. CEDONA blinks again, her eyes settling into some semblance of stability, and the android puts her head back down to look at the floor. "I apologize. That was uncalled for," CEDONA says, her voice clearer. "But to think you would go so far as to come all the way here."